My brothers and sisters' names are Rachel, Mariah, Soph, Henry, Moses, Lena, Ben, and Robert Ross. You go to school right now and you're learning a lot. You have an awesome teacher, and I didn't even get to go to school because I'm a slave. And all that slaves do are sleep, cook, watch after babies and your master's children and your brothers and sisters. And if I was a slave and I was learning how to read or write, I can get my toes or fingers cut off. This next story is about an experience that helped shape my future. Well, here it is. I was around 8 years old and I was in the store at the cook. All of a sudden, an escaped slave came running in with the overseer right behind him. An overseer is a person that watches over the plantation. The overseer asked me if I could tie down the slave while he got his whip out. I had a decision to make. Should I say yes or no? I said the right thing and said no. While the overseer was getting all mad at me, the slave escaped and headed for the door. Well, the overseer was quick and grabbed a heavy pound of weight and threw it at the door, trying to hit the runaway slave. But instead, it hit me in the forehead and I fell to the ground unconscious, and I came close to death. That was the first time I helped a slave escape. 15 years later, I get married to John Tubman in 1844. He's a free African American, and I suggested we should both go to the north so we could both be free. But he said no, and he'd tell my master if I ran away. And he was also afraid of getting caught with me. Of course, I didn't listen to him, and I decided to cook up a plan with my brothers Ben and Henry. So we decided to run away on a cold September night in 1849. Along the way, we have a lot of arguments about which direction to go, and the biggest one is they wanted to go home, probably because they're afraid of getting caught by slave owners. But finally, they win the argument, and we head back. After I came back home, I decided to set out on my own to find freedom by the Underground Railroad network. Do you know what the Underground Railroad is? Well, I've heard about the Underground Railroad from my brothers. They said it was a series of routes that were from the red states, which were the slave states, that go into the yellow states, which are the free states. And then on the way, you stop at places called stations, and the station masters would hide slaves in their homes, in attics, under floorboards, and cupboards. The escaped slaves were referred as to passengers or cargoes, and the guides were known as conductors like me. I was a very good conductor because there was wanted signs all over, and they wanted me if I was dead or alive. The success with helping slaves through the Underground Railroad led me to helping the Union Army. Civil War breaks out in 1861, and the southern states separate into the Confederate. I decided to become a Union spy, cook, nurse, and scout in 1862 to 1863. I was the first woman to lead an expedition in war. I also helped guide a raid to help more than 700 slaves in South Carolina. Finally, war ends in 1865, and the Union, the Confederate, are forced back into the United States again, and slavery ends. Since slavery ended, I'm now free, and I can do whatever I want. So I decided to write a book about myself. I had to have help because I had no idea how to read or write. I asked an admirer called Sarah Bradford, and I decided to call it The Scenes of the Life of Harriet Tubman. And it came out in December 1868. After a while, I got sick of pneumonia, and I died on March 10th, 1931, at age 93. I had a full military funeral in honor of me, and I was buried in front of the Auburn Courthouse entrance. I honor Harriet Tubman because she had a lot of braveness, she never gave up, and she had a solution to every problem and never let her fears get into her way. That's the end of my presentation.
Questions and compliments for Harriet. Go ahead.
Natalia.
I really like how you explained stuff and you had a really good presentation. Thank you.
And yeah.
I like your costume and your presentation was amazing.
Did you make the room? No, it was actually, my mom bought it and it was supposed to smell like cinnamon. Grace.
I like how you had a poster and the watch inside.
Tori.
I really liked your speech and I liked your outfit.